This one's wife. I really am useless. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This one's wife is useless, isn't she? Let's be frank about this. She's about much use as a chocolate teapot with two spouts. She has no talent, she's got no charisma, she's not an entrepreneur, she's toxic, she smears, she says nasty things, she belittles and demeans Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth. She is, all in all, useless at doing things. She can't wear clothes properly, her speeches would send a glass eye to sleep. She hasn't achieved anything of note other than marry a ginger prince and become well known around the world whilst accumulating some dollars, which is all good for her, although of course it's all backfiring and turning to shit, demonstrating once again that she's useless. But in terms of her actually improving the human condition, she certainly hasn't assisted in that regard. And her uselessness is perhaps demonstrated once again through how useless she is at basically being famous. Next week, the Princess of Wales will undertake her most significant public engagement since she began cancer treatment. And next month, she welcomes the Emir of Qatar for his official state visit to the UK. So, dusting down the tiara, putting on the best clobber, undoubtedly we will see Catherine, Princess of Wales, looking radiant and elegant as she welcomes the Emir. Catherine will accompany her husband, Prince William, to officially greet the Emir and his wife, Sheikha Jawahar, at their residence on December the 3rd, and accompany them to Horse Guards Parade for a stunning ceremonial welcome. So, what Britain does very well is the old pomp and circumstance, laying on the welcome, which will be heavily photographed and will undoubtedly show Catherine doing what she does particularly well. It's expected that the princess, who announced in September a slow and measured return to public life after the completion of her preventative chemotherapy treatment, will join the royal family at the palace for lunch. But it's not been confirmed. I beg your pardon, it has been confirmed that she will not attend a glittering state banquet in the evening. So she's going to greet them, do the lunch, but not be at the banquet. Catherine is appearing on the stage. We know that she is somebody that does this in an accomplished fashion. She doesn't make it all about her. She doesn't have to elbow people out of the way. She won't wear something inappropriate. But in actual fact, what she does is appear elegant, composed, welcoming people, and utilising what she has learned in her many years of service within the royal family to ensure that she represents the royal family, not herself, but represents the royal family, and thus demonstrating that she is of use to the United Kingdom and the royal family. Unsurprisingly, because there's news of an appearance by Catherine on the horizon, it means that there needs to be some kind of response by the clunking dimwits over at Monty Shit Show. So on the one hand, we have Catherine that is engaged in undertaking the welcome for a state visit and an attendance at an official lunch. So what's going to be happening over in the court of Monty Shit Show? Will they be welcoming any royal guests? Will they perhaps be putting on a lunch and a banquet in the evening for someone of note and importance? Will they be attracting the world's attention as a consequence of hosting someone or a group of people? Perhaps instead, rather than hosting, they're going to announce the launch of something and actually do something for once. Perhaps there's going to be something meaningful, one of this one's wife's famous words that she regularly loves to use, but perhaps this time they're actually going to deliver on it. Are they perhaps going to change? Perhaps she's going to get rid of her status as being as useless as a chocolate teapot with two spouts and instead surprise us all What we do know is that because Catherine is going to be doing something, that risks taking the limelight away from this one's wife, and because she is the nemesis, she can't stand it. So what have the gruesome twosome got planned? What are they going to do in an attempt to try and divert attention away from Catherine? Well, funnily enough, excuse me, who is it but people.com who've popped up to ensure that we know that the Sussexes are going to do something. Yes, with the predictability of Narinder Kaur making baseless allegations, what we have once again is Catherine is going to be making an appearance. That means this one's wife, in her usual knee-jerk way, has to foreshadow an appearance by her. And Rachel Birchfield tells us this one's wife and Prince Harry to appear at separate events on opposite coasts next week. Okay. So rather than just report the events as they happen, it needs to be foreshadowed because, of course, Catherine's event has been foreshadowed, and anything she does, this one's wife has to try and do as well. Prince Harry and this one's wife both have planned appearances next week. The Duke of Sussex will join Andrew Ross Sorkin for a conversation at the New York Times Dealbook Conference on Wednesday, December the 4th in New York City, according to a spokesperson. I'm sure that'll be riveting, being given the insights into the Ginger One's mind. However, that's not particularly monumental. Undoubtedly, this one's wife has got something big that she's going to expose from up her sleeve in order to steal the thunder of this one's wife. We've had dog biscuits and jam hitherto as she attempted to usurp her in relation to her appearance at Trooping the Colour. So perhaps American Riviera Orchard is going to go live. Perhaps at long last you'll be able to buy overpriced tat, which you won't actually ever use. Well, according to People, in Los Angeles, the Duchess of Sussex is expected to attend the 2024 Paley Honours Fall Gala, never heard of it, the same day, where she'll help honour Tyler Perry with the Paley Honours Award, which is the Paley Centre for Media's highest honour. All sounds to me like some self-congratulatory claptrap. While both Harry and this one's wife were on the hosting committee for their friend Perry, only this one's wife will attend the event. It then basically brings up the time that this one's wife appeared at the Dealbook Online Summit in November 2021, so bringing up the past. And indeed, there is more content about what went on when she appeared in 2021 than in relation to this new event that she'll be attending, demonstrating there's not really a lot of substance behind it, where in effect all she's going to do is provide an award to Tyler Perry, one of the few friends that remains involved with the Sussexes. Wow. Pretty useless, huh? Useless because that's not really anything of note. Useless because she's just presenting an award. Useless because it's in relation to a gala that most people haven't heard of and don't care about. Useless because she threw away the opportunity to make a meaningful contribution. Useless because she threw away the opportunity to really shine on the world stage. Useless because she once again demonstrates her envy of Catherine, whereby as soon as anything is mentioned about Catherine making an appearance, she has to ensure that she also, similarly, makes an announcement about her own appearance. It is truly pathetic and demonstrates what a useless individual she does. But what it does show is the consistency of her narcissism in being unable to accept that someone such as Catherine can do anything without this one's wife jumping up and down and shouting, "Look at me." I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.